The king's hand ain't contemplating what you planning. The blueprint and the shoe print that you standing. I need that Yahweh talk, that's that true canon. And shoot the word everywhere, that's that loose cannon. I'm living a life in slow-mo. The king of kings, the lord of the rings. I'm living that life in Frodo. You living that life of Coco. I ain't looking to fight the popo. I'm on another page in the middle age. I don't like the fofo. I know. I ain't going full throttle. I ain't the man, cause I ain't popping them gold bottles. Lil' homie, I've been OG since 03 and had a big hand in molding most of y'all role models. Lil' homie, I'm done with that. Trust God, live right, and get your funds intact. My new block is the Wall Street. I'm running that so I can make money singing nothing like it's mumble rap.
Summer BaRbarian.
Sailor, I can run with that. We from the era of Omavi jeans and starter caps, where the verses gave you heart attacks. Humanoid MCs from different planets like the Thundercats. We ain't playing no more. You living a lie, that's not who you are. I see right through your photos. You act like Poppy, don't know, could see right through your logos. All that fashion don't mean nothing if you really bozos. Yeah, we found the truth and bring it back. Where they'll cut your face, where the goons and the guns are at. Where you'll scrap and get your homie clapped. In the jungle where they rumble and they'll slump you for a couple racks. All these rappers being role models, really spitting fiction, giving whole novels. To make it worse, they getting funds for that. While we speak the truth, we go unnoticed, getting crumbs for that.
Summer BaRbarian. Summer BaRbarian.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy YP, aka Young Paul, straight out of Jersey. Just want to give a shout out to everybody that's tuned in to the That's Not Christian podcast. You already know, man. Jersey stand up. Hallelujah. Bang.
And now, to the millions and millions of listeners and viewers all across the world, it's the That's Not Christian podcast.
Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
what up, y'all? It's your boy Switch. I'm here with your man Jimmy. I'm here with your man Ant. I'm here with your man Jay. And we got our very, very special guest, YP, aka Young Paul.
Hey,
What up,
hand clap.
What's going on?
Welcome.
Welcome to the show, man. We here, man. I see you got the Lakers on today. You
see me, man. I feel like a champion, man. I'm from the East, but I'm repping the West today.
I hear that. Yeah. Now, you from Jersey, right? You born and raised in Jersey?
Born and raised in Jersey. Right now I'm in
Hudson
Bronx,
County, right?
Jersey got my heart. Hudson County. That's right. Born in Jersey City. Lived everywhere. Union City, West New York, North Bergen, Hoboken. No, Hoboken is actually the only place I've never lived. I've lived everywhere in Hudson County except Hoboken. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah. All of that. Yeah.
You said you where right now?
I'm in the Bronx now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Yo, shout out to the Bronx, man.
Where you at in the Bronx?
South. So I'm on 144th.
Yeah.
I've been
I was
up here
born and raised over there, man. So
okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've been out here for about 4 years now, 4 or 5 years.
You like it?
I'm sorry. Yeah. You know what I mean? I love New York. I love the city life.
Jay said
I'm sorry. I'm in the jungle, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the war zone, but it is what it is, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
It's the jungle though, for sure. I'm not, we're not in a nice area. Yeah, man.
I hear that, man. We ain't nice like your man from Amazon. We ain't got it like that, right?
Yo, that boy. Yo, like I said, my man loved Jeff Bezos, man. My boy Baron, he loved him. He always bringing him up. He loves him, Bill Gates. What's the other one he's always talking about?
He's about the bag. He's about the bag.
Yo, yeah, he all about his bread. Believe that.
Yeah. Y'all heard that Jeff is stepping down from being Amazon CEO, right?
They say why?
I think he was saying because of responsibility. Like he wants to, I guess, bring more to the table.
Really? I heard something else.
What did you hear?
I heard that he wants to focus on Blue Origin, which is space exploration.
Oh, okay.
You trying to go to
space? He wants to compete with
the Blue Origin.
Yeah,
That's
wants to
how
compete
rich.
with Elon.
That's how rich I want to get. That I'm so bored. I just want to send stuff into space.
You know what? I'm
you
just
know how
going
many
to
companies
Mars.
Amazon owns?
Yeah.
How many?
How many?
You know
How
this.
many?
You see, this dude knows.
He got excited.
YP, this is the dude. This is like your man. He know all of them. Except Bill Gates. He don't rock with Gates because Gates is vaccine happy, you know. So
word.
Listen,
yeah, you can't say nothing wrong about Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos around these guys. They go hard in the paint for them.
They're gonna stone you.
Yep.
So who? How many they got?
Dude, they have some. So Bezos owns Wall Street Journal.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, Blue Origin.
I was reading on that too, and it was saying that he was also going to put some time into like a homeless project or something, like homelessness project.
Really? I didn't hear about that. What's that? What's that about? What you hear?
I don't know too much about it. I just did a little bit of reading on it, and it was saying that was one of the other projects he was going to be investing his time in. So I can't get mad at that.
That's dope.
Right.
I mean, you got to spread the wealth, man.
Wow, that's gonna be some nice homes in there. You know what I mean?
Word up. That's what I'm saying,
so?
man. I ain't
Some
mad at that.
futuristic stuff probably in there.
And I think he was also saying like he spent so much time and energy with the Amazon thing that he doesn't have the same passion he once had for it. So you got to respect that. At least he's still keeping the engine going. He's just putting that energy somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that homelessness project. That stood out to me the most. I'm like, word, he's giving back to the people, man. That's
crazy because people give him a lot of flack for the fact that he has so much money, and that he don't even pay his Amazon workers like not decent, but like more money or whatever. So
weren't they getting sued recently? Wasn't there a lawsuit over?
Man, they always suing
the flex workers or something like that.
I mean, I guess, but aren't they independent contractors?
They should be,
or they work for Amazon. Like
I did flex a while ago, maybe 5-6 years ago, and I remember it was a 1099, but they set the schedule like you had a certain time frame. So it'd be like from.
Did you wear the blue suit and you had the blue van?
I ain't wearing none of that.
Oh, so because I was in your private car.
Yeah, I had my car.
Okay. Yeah, because
then at that time we would go to like the little kiosk that they had set up, and you take out the package and then you deliver.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's definitely 1099. I just don't know if the ones that wear the blue suits or whatever are.
Yeah. So so you saying that he's exploring this what do you call that?
The space stuff.
So
because so it's they did some like analysis or whatever, and they say that 5-10 years people want to spend money on going to space and obviously coming back. So that's why you have Virgin Galactic, which is Russell Branson's company. And then you have Elon, who's been working with SpaceX. But Elon's a little separate because he's doing, working with NASA, sending satellites, his internet thing. But he also wants to do where you will reach space and then come back down, or you're going to go to Mars and come back to Earth, or the moon and come back to Earth. That type of stuff.
Yeah,
it's wild. So Jimmy was shaking his head.
Man.
You not with it?
Oh man, let's spend my money and go to the moon.
Yo,
to the moon.
Has anybody been there?
To the moon?
Oh,
here we go.
To the moon?
I'm saying.
Here we go.
Oh, he's one
I'm
of
saying.
I'm saying.
This goes on YouTube, right?
Nah. But I'm saying, yo, my man. Nah. I ain't saying that. Don't try to play me. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying NASA said that we couldn't go to the moon because of the what is it called? The that space belt. I forgot what it's called right now. I'm drawing a blank. The Van Allen space belt. Nah. Van Allen radiation belt, right? That there was so much radiation that you couldn't go through there because you would put the astronauts at risk, right? And that's why we don't go to the moon. You know what I'm saying? But like, you believe that footage? You believe that
wasn't
footage?
in place? That wasn't in place back then?
That's a great question. That's a great question.
I mean, I don't know.
I think with man's pride, like when this is how I see it. Like man is so prideful, they want to be on top of the world when it comes to like the best.
It's on the Tower of Babel right now. That's what that
best technology, the best everything. So, I mean, why would they? I mean, they could, right? They could also. That could also be another way of trying to fabricate something to make it seem like what it is. But I don't know. That's kind of hard to hide. Like, nah, we ain't really.
Nah, it ain't hard to hide. I mean,
bro, you saw that footage?
Wait,
did you see the footage
of what?
Of the moon landing?
Yo, this dude Jimmy filmed.
What about
that's
the
why he's
pictures
talking
that
like
they got? Supposedly of this dude doing like practice runs, and then they showed like the real
in the pool, right?
Yeah, in the pool. Yeah.
See, YP, no, man, that's what I'm talking about.
I saw that. I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast.
Okay, so you know.
Yeah,
and I saw that. I was like, oh, whoa, that's pretty crazy right there.
Yeah.
Yo, but not only that, right? Just to touch what you said, Switch, because you said that he's so prideful. Wouldn't you think that the way man is, like, that they would just abuse it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to the moon once, yo, next thing you know, they got a Starbucks on the moon.
But that's what they trying to do now. They trying to create flights for.
I mean, that's what they trying to do, but this is like since the 60s that they've been trying to get up there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, like if my thing is if you can't go up there, like, why are you spending all this time and effort into going out there?
Because of their pride, like you said, they trying to
fake it to the people, like, yeah,
because
we going over there.
Because it's a money maker. It's a money maker, dog. You know what I just learned today?
Money.
Yo, my man, they get money from the government. What are you talking about? How they make money?
Correct. Yeah.
To go up there.
And also, I just saw something on TV today because it's Black History Month, right? There was this girl who's a coder, right? She was like a coder or something like that. And she started working for NASA, and she was talking about this project that they have, right? NASA doesn't only like send rockets to the moon. What they do is they have a bunch of developers and inventors who create things, right? With the intent for astronauts, right? But then what they do is that they sell the what's it called? They sell the rights. Okay. Yeah, they sell the rights to that to other companies. So like your baby formula, memory foam mattresses, like all of these like types of things that are in normal use. You know what I mean? Like for us, for you and I, that comes from NASA. You know what I'm saying? So and NASA gets like it's like a royalty or something like that from these products. You know what I mean? Okay. So it's a moneymaker, dog.
I mean, sure.
Me and Jay,
I'm saying, listen, dog, I'm saying there is no evidence. There is no evidence.
All I know is
what are you saying? There's no
do
evidence.
Do we believe aliens exist? Aliens. Do they believe on the? Do they live on the other side of the moon? On the dark side of the moon?
On the dark side.
That's a good one though, because they talking about.
My question is, do they believe in us?
Who?
Well, they're abducting us they taking us. You know what I mean? They taking us in their ships and doing whatever they want with us, right?
Yo, did you hear what Joe Rogan said about that though? He's got a theory on that.
On
what is it?
It's a false memory. It's a false memory of when you were born, right? Because most of these people, when they're abducted, they're always
that
like
DMT talking.
It might be.
They're always sleeping or whatever.
He says that it's a false memory from when you were born, right? Because it's the same exact experience, right? It's like a bright light, right? Like you exposed to a bright light. It's like when you're born, and then these people grab you, right? They snatch you up. And you know, and you're in like in a medical facility type of thing, you know what I mean? And there's these strangers, you know. So that's his theory. I don't know, man. But going back to the topic, like, man, there's no evidence that we've been out there, bro. There's evidence that we got ships and satellites and all that. I'm not denying that at all. You know what I'm saying? But there's no evidence, especially when NASA said that we can't go because of the amount of radiation that the astronauts would be exposed to could be deadly to them. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, you mean it as far as the moon? Because there's people on the space station now.
Going up to just out of our orbit. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't think nobody's in a space station?
Oh, I don't know. I ain't seen nobody on the moon though. I ain't seen nobody on.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, jump from space.
And how high are the space stations? How high are the space stations?
Yeah, I don't know how high the space station is.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that there's a certain, because my father-in-law works for NASA, and he's like that when they shoot
NASA or Nassau County.
Nah, he works for NASA.
Oh, okay.
He works. He actually makes the satellites for NASA. So he says that
okay.
When they shoot the
all right, flex.
When they shoot the, what do you call it, the space shuttle,
yeah,
like it's a certain way that they have, because you can't just go straight up.
Right.
It's just gonna burn. It's just gonna explode.
Right. Right.
So that's kind of interesting to me. Is like, how do they figure out that equation?
It's a lot of math. You didn't see that movie with the three chicks?
Hidden Figures.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, Hidden Figures, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that. Yeah, I know, because I got ADD. What's your excuse?
You always want to fight.
It's still on topic. Is Jeff wants to focus on his speech.
My bad. I try to bring up aliens and all that. That's my fault. That's my fault. My bad. I just thought about the moon and outer space. And
that's how we do it. That's how we do here, man.
If you're watching this video, give it a thumbs up if you're having a great time.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like, yo, these Christians believe in aliens.
Right.
Right. Hey, yo,
believe in Jesus.
You know what's crazy though? Like, yo, I was having a conversation with my cousin about that, right? Because he just retired from the military, and he said that one of his mans work at area, or he know of a dude that work at area 52 or whatever, right? 51, 52, all them 50s, right? So he said they have it set in like these waves or these perimeters, like a first, second. He said at first the first perimeter is shoot to kill, yo. Or excuse me, second. It's shoot to kill. He was like, yo, it ain't even shoot to kill at the White House. Why is it shoot to kill there? He's like, what's there that they got specific orders to shoot to kill?
Wow.
Yeah, so
I don't want to fly off the topic, but listen, man, I think there's something going on. I believe in the supernatural. I believe y'all do too, right? We believe in all that.
Of course.
But I believe there's definitely they're seeing things,
Right.
I just feel like it's spiritual, but I just want to go deeper than that. I don't know too much information about it to touch on it like I'm an expert, but I'll give my opinion on it. I do believe something's not right. I believe that for right now, that it's demonic to me. You know what I'm saying? Like extraterrestrial beings and all of that, and then people's testimonies and on how they, they felt like they harmed them and they had a eerie feeling, a wicked feeling, and all of that stuff. Right. I just feel like they're straight up demonic, man. I mean, I know I sound like a Pentecostal right now, but it's a fact. What else can What else can
when we read
Es del diablo, oro prendo en el nombre de Jesús.
I mean, but
that's where I'm at right now.
When we read the word too,
that's my answer right now.
Don't the word talk about that? Like, yo, how the angels were supposedly, the sons of God.
That could be it too. That could be it too.
You know what I mean?
Come on.
So
that could be it too.
I mean, obviously they ain't looking like. Well, I don't know.
How you know?
We don't know.
You know?
We don't know.
How you know? Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of stuff. We just gotta stay focused, man.
Yeah,
gotta stay focused.
That's real.
Word up.
Yeah,
that's wild though. That's wild that they would put that perimeter so secure like that though, man.
Right.
Like, what's behind it? And what happened to all them folks that stormed the weren't they gonna storm the gates or something like that at Area 51?
Oh yeah.
What happened?
They let the people know off rip. They were like, yo, y'all come past these boundaries, we're gonna shoot that. They let them know from the rip.
Right.
Yep.
This is a well-known YouTube. Well, I guess he's still well-known. Jesse Wellens. And
that's boyfriend versus girlfriend, right?
Right. Well, not anymore, but
not anymore.
Yeah. So he was saying how he was an MP, which is a military police.
Yeah.
And he was saying, you guys are idiots. I was an MP. We were told, we're gonna shoot you, and we're gonna shoot you. So
we're gonna shoot you.
That means stupid.
Yeah.
If they give us the warnings,
I'm good. I don't need to. I don't need to know what's in there that bad.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
All things in the darkness shall come to light.
They were gonna throw
he'll let us know.
Wasn't it like a concert they were trying to throw? Like they were trying to throw a whole festival, right? They were selling shirts
to make a whole festival
too, right?
out of it. Yeah.
They did a whole Coachella outside.
Yeah, like,
what's that? Burning Man. They did a Burning Man outside.
Burning Man, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yo, you know what else is wild? So I'm reading this. Amazon says government demands for users' data spiked by 800% in 2020.
I saw that, man.
So the government wants Amazon to get some data, give them some data to them.
Yo, and it was like, what was it? 27,000 demands just in the last 6 months of 2020.
Yikes.
That's wild, man.
Who's sending these demands in, yo?
Right. And I thought they were already monitoring. Like, why they need all that extra information if
and
they're
I guess
already
that
monitoring
spike,
on phones and everything?
I guess that spike is because we ordering more on Amazon, right? Because I haven't ordered as much as I did in the last year. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm home. Hey,
I've been ordering from Amazon like crazy.
Yeah.
This pandemic thing, it's been backwards. I'm wasting more money instead of saving it, man.
I guess the spike must be because of that, because they're like, oh, we got data now. We got something to work with.
Well, I don't think necessarily it's so much that. I mean, if you have an Alexa, you know they check it.
I was gonna say that because you guys remember that that time the police asked for the Alexa data for that murder in Florida. It was like 5 years ago.
No.
Yeah.
It was a big case. So some dude, I don't know what happened, the outcome of the case, but some dude allegedly stabbed his girlfriend. And so in order to prove it, the cops were like, that Alexa was a witness. You know what I'm saying? We need to get the data. And yeah, because it's always recording. Because when you say, hey, Alexa, hey, Google, hey, Siri.
No.
I wonder what that's doing to everybody who's listening to the podcast right now.
Not anymore. It doesn't do that. But I think at that time, there was no, you didn't need to say Alexa. If I'm not
it was just listening all the time?
Yeah, it was listening all the time. And then they came out with, hey, to, say, hey, Alexa, I'm sorry for anybody who's listening and they're going to get their thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever your hey assistant is.
Hey, Alexa, play That's Not Christian Podcast.
Hey. nah. Hey, Alexa, play YP.
Word.
For real.
But
you gotta be specific. YP, aka Young Pork. There's a bunch of YPs.
There you go. But also you had those who have the Ring. Well, the Ring back then wasn't Ring, but Ring now. Yeah. For example, NYPD, they have access to that,
and a lot of police. Data. A lot of police are asking for that information, for that data. It's wild, crazy, man. We're living in crazy times, man.
Speaking of like police and them doing crazy, did you hear that they're using rap lyrics now in court? Like it's a thing now.
No.
Yo, that listen, I don't want to
6ix9ine, watch out.
That's kind of racist, yo. Why they don't do that with country music? Why they not doing that with
because all they talk
music?
about is beer and
the trucks.
Yo, but they be wilding in those songs too.
They do.
But that's crazy though, right?
They ain't selling bricks in country music.
They do.
Right.
They ain't selling bricks in country music.
Like, yeah, that's the only difference. Like they're not shooting people.
They're not like chopping to your face. You know what I mean?
You know what? I don't dig into country music enough to try to, but I do believe that they should do that all across the board, not just rap. Right. That's crazy.
I lost
all genres of music.
That's interesting. I haven't heard that, but that's crazy.
So there's been some cases. So there's been some cases that are popping up with
they did that with what's that?
Well, they did that with Bobby Shmurda.
Yeah.
Wow.
They did that with Bobby Shmurda.
And they did that with Wait, what's the name too? Right? What's the dude that just got locked up not too long ago? Casanova.
Exactly.
Casanova.
Casanova. Yeah.
They brought up his lyrics.
Yeah.
I don't know these non-Christian artists.
But then again, right. But then again, hip hop probably the only ones that be telling on themselves in their song.
Yeah, like yo, you self-incriminating.
Hip hop loves to boast. Yeah, hip hop loves to boast, man.
Yeah, my man just caught a body.
Oh, don't get it twisted. Like, let's hold these rappers accountable because they stupid for putting what they've done out here, and they're still fighting the case in the music. Like, let's be clear. Like, that's their fault.
The crazy thing is like we idolize all these mobsters, right? Goodfellas and everything, and then like we didn't learn from John Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how John Gotti got caught because he was talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Frank Lucas for being too flashy.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we didn't
man.
learn. We didn't learn none of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You want to talk about? You want to talk about? What's his name? What you say? Mitch caught a body about a week ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they be saying the names too. It don't just be like my man caught the. It be
They say names.
Dre caught a body about a week ago. Oh,
and there's a murder that they fighting.
Yeah.
Like, a week ago. Oh, that sounds about right.
So this sets a timeline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that sounds
a
about
week
right.
ago.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because that's when that happened. A week ago.
Yeah, that's
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, about a week ago.
A week ago. Your Honor, if you hear it right here in this verse, he says it clearly.
Clearly said it was a week ago.
Throw away the key.
Yeah.
They gotta be smarter, man. They gotta be smarter.
See?
They do, man.
Yeah. What about your this dude? What's his name? He shot his mans, 2 of them, right? You know what I'm talking about?
YM Melly.
Cheney?
Yeah. And he rapped about it.
Oh, that's
YM
exactly another situation that they're using the lyrics. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he said he got murder on his mind.
Yeah.
What about the other dude that just got locked up?
Murder on my mind. You know
Wasn't
that?
that
so many.
That's not a Christian.
It's not Christian, but
Who?
That other dude that got locked up, the dude that the whipping nene dude, he got locked up too.
Oh yeah, but not for his lyrics though.
Ain't nobody.
he shot his cousin. No.
Yeah.
Say what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yo, YP, that's the only way I could push back. You ain't hear no country dude shooting their cousins like that.
Now he said with his wife.
Yo, I've heard. I don't know because I don't listen to country music like that. But
Yeah.
I've heard that there are songs like that where they're talking about murder. They're talking about wanting to kill people. They just singing it in that country style. I don't know. Like I said, I've never really dug into that genre like that. But that's what I've heard. But even if that's the law they're gonna make, it should be a law across the board. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's a subgenre called outlaw country, and they talk about like wild
that's
stuff.
it. That's the one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's like a subgenre. It's not something you're gonna hear.
It's a subgenre of country.
Yeah.
Like,
Got you.
It's like that underground.
Yeah. That's the thugged out. You know what I mean? That's that Griselda type country music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they be like,
They the Griselda of country music.
yeah. They be battling each other in the barns.
That's funny, man.
I got more horses than you.
My horse way flyer than yours.
I got that real horsepower.
I got Arabian horses.
Wow. Yeah. So y'all, what y'all feel about this data stuff? Like, is it? I mean, why the government needs to tap into companies and to get your data?
Right.
That's crazy.
Well, it's not just what you purchase on Amazon. It's also Amazon Web Services, which is basically owns like
everybody.
It owns every website, pretty much every website that you go on. They probably have services with Amazon AWS, Amazon Web Services. So it's also like what websites you go to, like who's going to, X, Y, and Z or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Who's logging on to That's Not Christian or YP's website, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are they going to this site? What other sites are they going to, that sort of thing. It's like, it's a total invasion of privacy, man.
It is.
Facts.
In the name of national
What's my
security.
man's name that's on the run right now? He's like in Russia or something like that for exposing all that.
Oh,
Snowden?
Edward.
Right, that's his name, Edward Norton, right?
Snowden.
Edward.
Oh,
Snowden,
right?
Snowden.
He's on the run for that, right? For exposing all of that stuff that's going on. He was working for like the security, something like that. The security team.
He's on his NRE.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. That is.
And imagine that's like back then. Imagine whatever they got going on now.
Yo, I was hoping Trump would have pardoned him and not, you know what I'm saying, Kodak Black and Wheezy, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Weezy was out here
pardon
playing
that,
chess,
dude.
man.
He's like a traitor. You crazy? He's like a traitor.
How is he? How is he?
I'm not saying that, but that's how they see him.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I see him.
But
even if he pardoned him, he wouldn't even last a week.
Nah.
The US? Yeah.
Biden would have done an executive order. It changed the whole thing around, right?
Oh man, that's so true.
He's like,
he's reversing everything.
Trump did. Yeah,
he's reversing everything.
Trump. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
How many he did so far?
Bro, he broke records.
Too many.
Didn't he do 30 his first week or something like that?
Yeah,
40.
It's the most any president.
He did like 10 overnight.
Yeah, wild.
But now he did some new ones for immigration, reversing Trump's immigration. Trump's immigration.
I'm with that somewhat.
Right, bring them on.
With it. I'm with the fact that the kids get to go back to their parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the DACA. Right?
But didn't Trump do that as well? Like he signed because there was like 2,800 kids that were separated, and then he did. And then when he was getting pressed about it, he did an executive order. People are going to be happy about this, and then he
tried to clean it up.
They try to reconcile the kids. Mm-hmm. But still, they were like, what? I think they brought that up in the debates. There were like 50 families that still they didn't find each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I think the numbers were pretty high during the Obama administration too, though. Like, don't get it twisted. I think he gave Mexico like $360 million, if I'm not mistaken, to secure their borders. So even like a lot of the kids that are being held, the numbers are far greater in Mexico because we're kind of like subsidizing it. You know what I'm saying? So we're catching people like before they even get to the U.S. border. You know what I'm saying? Because we're just paying Mexico and actually Trump gave he gave Guatemala and El Salvador money so that they could secure their borders from people coming from South America. Yeah. Right. And so then that way it doesn't hit our borders as much. And obviously the numbers, because even Obama's deportation rates are far greater than right? Trump. Yeah, they were the highest, higher than Trump's.
Like 400,000, something like that.
Some ridiculous. I don't remember the number off the top of my head. I'd have to look.
That's why I don't trust no politicians, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
Nobody.
But
that's what I'm saying.
And Obama started the detention, right? The facility.
The cages. He started the cages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm interested in seeing what Biden is gonna do. Like it sounds cool, you know what I'm saying? Like that the kids are gonna get to go back with their families. Yeah. But like we already got stuff in order. Like I said, like Mexico already secured their border. You know, we giving them back for that. Central America is already securing their border. We giving them a bag for that. So then it's kind of like we wash our hands from it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not us doing it. So when we report the numbers for Biden or Trump, you're gonna see that they're far less than Obama. But that's only because we subsidized it, you know, because we're not doing it.
Because we let somebody else getting caught. The thing with Obama, they were getting caught right away. It was like right there at the border.
You're right.
You were getting caught. Trump's thing was you be in the crib. He ready to run up in your crib and take you out and deport you.
Right.
For that, like, yo, you already in here. I got to get you back out.
Did you guys see that Netflix special? They got a Netflix special in New York. Well, ICE is like going to people's cribs, knocking on the door. There's like all kinds of people in there, and like, yo, we gotta go. Let's go, Poppy.
Yeah, I've seen a few episodes. It's a series.
That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah, it's a series. Yep.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy because, like, what do you do, man? Like, I feel like me personally, man. Like, I'm an anarchist, so I feel like there shouldn't be any borders whatsoever. You know what I mean? But I feel like if you like, let's say, for example, you're from Colombia, you cross that border, you cross Panama, you cross Honduras, you cross El Salvador, you cross Guatemala, you cross Belize, you cross Mexico, and you get into the United States. After all that money, that billions of dollars that we spent to secure the borders, you should win a prize, man. You should win a prize. Like, you made it. Like, bro, you at the top level. Like, you passed the game. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah,
dang.
this is one of those topics that, you know, and I said this before on the pod, where I still don't have like a real foundation on how I feel, because I think that is wrong, right? And I know, like, us, especially like Latinos, and you know, we got family that came over here. We know friends who have family that came over here to get a better life and better opportunity. And these
what you mean? But you Puerto Rican, dog. You a citizen, regardless.
No. But I'm saying like other Latin ethnic countries. What do you call it? countries. Yeah.
Okay.
So when they come over, you know what I mean? I got
Why you're
friends.
so nervous? Dang.
Why I gotta be nervous for?
No.
I'm just saying. So my whole thing is I understand that. So I kind of sympathize towards that.
Yeah, for sure.
But then at the same time, I'm like, yo, you know, you got to do everything the right way. You know what I mean? Like everything has its system and process of how to go about it. You know what I mean? So that's also my other side where I'm like, yo, all right, you trying to get in? Well, you know, try to do it the right way. But then some people feel like, yo, I try to do it the right way. They ain't let me in, so I got to get in anyhow. You
Somehow,
know what I mean?
right.
Well, I think so for me, I guess that's it. It's probably my position is probably more so because of my experience, because my parents came here illegally. You know what I'm saying? Like I was an anchor baby. You know what I'm saying? But one of the main things is that a lot of the reasons why these people are coming is because of what the United States has done to destabilize the countries that they're coming from. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like in my situation, in my family situation, in El Salvador, the government played a major role in the civil war that was going on. And you know that there was it was during the Reagan administration. So they were doing a lot of things as far as playing both sides of the war, you know, and a lot of that was they were trading guns and military equipment for drugs because it was all during the Iran-Contra era and all that stuff. Right. You know, so you introduce war, you know, you fund a civil war in a country, you destabilize their economy, you introduce drugs into that, you know what I'm saying? And then you get the influx of people leaving that country to come here for a better life, for a safer life. You know, everybody who came here wasn't a drug dealer, wasn't a killer, wasn't, you know, a gorilla or any of that. None of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there was, you know what I'm saying? But everybody wasn't like that, you know? Right. And so they come here and then they pick up bad habits because, you know, they come to LA. This is like the hub of where most people from El Salvador are at, you know what I mean? I think like the second place is like DMV. And then maybe Toronto, right? They come here and then they learn American culture. In the case of LA, is gang culture, right? So when these kids get caught, what happens? They get deported. So they take those bad habits back, right? And what the U.S. government was doing is they weren't letting the El Salvador government know that this killer, this rapist, this bank robber was being sent back. Right? They just like put him on a plane. Hey, see you later. You know what I'm saying? And so the government had no clue. You know, so then you got you got thousands of these criminals on the streets, and you know, and you got extreme poverty. It makes it even worse. You know what I'm saying? So when you're living in these areas, in these communities where like the gangs have taken over completely, where like even the police won't even go in there. You know what I'm saying? People gonna leave and they're gonna take that risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine like having to leave your country, leave everything, you know? Like everything that's familiar to you, even the language, you know what I'm saying? To go to another country that you've never been before, you never seen except on TV, you're leaving everything just for that hope for a better life. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I kind of sympathize with that. What I do have a problem with it, and I see what Biden somewhere in the article said here that he undid something that Trump did. Which Trump had signed, like he had passed a law, an executive order, something like that, where these people, the people who come here illegally, can't receive any type of federal aid, right? But that's already in the books. But for whatever reason, Trump did something, he passed some sort of law. And so Biden undid that. You know what I mean? And I feel like the biggest critique that people have against people coming here illegally is that they leech off the system, right? That they exploit the system and then leech off of it. So I feel like if that's the only reason that people have against it, then why not just leave it as be and, you know, let them not have any benefits and let them fend for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like if they could just be here, you know, because, you know, most of us know people who like come here and, you know, they work hard, you know what I mean? Even if it means like selling food on the street, you know, like you got to do what you got to do. Everybody ain't here to, you know, to live off of the government, you know what I mean? But if you remove that aspect of it, it removes the incentive of coming over here, you know what I mean? because then people aren't like, oh yeah, if you go over there, they're gonna give you welfare if you have a baby over there. Then if people know that that's not gonna happen, they might think twice. Like, okay, if I go over there, I gotta be ready to hustle. You know what I'm saying? And I think that kind of removes that argument for people. You know, but so that's the one thing I don't like about the executive order that Biden did, was that it allows them to collect like benefits or whatever. Yeah, right. And like, and I mean, what I mean is like from social programs and stuff like that. I don't necessarily, I didn't read too much into it, so I don't know if it's like, if it's welfare or whatever, or if it's healthcare or whatever. But I'm interested in reading more about that, because I don't think that's, you know, that's something that should be an entitlement for people. You know what I mean? Like,
I was watching a YouTube video and they were saying the executive order is just him reinforcing them to do their job in a sense. Like, yeah, what they haven't been doing.
a lot of them are like just putting committees together.
Yeah.
So you just gonna grab a bunch of people and talk about the problem, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right.
Yeah. Like, how you gonna like gauge the results? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So I thought that was interesting, man. But
yeah,
you know, who knows? Let's see, because I just saw on the news a couple weeks ago there was like mad people coming from Honduras. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yo, that thing was crazy, bro. Like, they was fighting the cops. Like, it looked like the Capitol. It looked like MAGAs fighting the cops at the Capitol, bro. Like, those.
As soon as Biden got announced, right?
Yes. They were like, let's go. You know, and so that's what concerns me, is like that people think like, oh, Democrats in office, that means we can come and we, you know what I mean, and it's a free for all. Like, nah, dog. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, because what's the other country's process? You know what I'm saying? What's it like in China and Russia and all them other countries? Like,
yo, Mexico don't tolerate that, bro. Mexico got stricter immigration laws than we do.
Than we do.
Yeah.
Spain has stricter immigration process than we do.
Yo, like I heard stories of people who came from El Salvador, and they talked about like people beating them up, cops beating them up and robbing them, like cops beating up and robbing them, like, because you're not Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Like, they got like, you couldn't get away with that. Yeah,
because you're not Mexican.
Yeah.
That's racist.
Yeah, right.
Racist.
Right.
It is.
Yeah. Even when I think when was it? When was it the first caravan? Do y'all remember? It was like, was that during Trump's presidency? There was like a big caravan of people coming over, and I think they were coming from Honduras too. And during that time in Tijuana, there was mad people, Mexicans, that were like civilians standing like in front of the border in the community, trying to keep people out. Like, nah, you're not coming in here. We don't want you here. Wow. Yeah, it was wild. Yeah. Immigration is real in Latin America like that.
Yeah. So, you know, I think that's kind of some hypocrisy in there. You know what I mean? Where it's like, all the other countries are super strict, but when it comes to America, it's like, oh, we have to be a certain way, and it's like,
right.
That's not how it works all over. You know what I mean? But I know that we propped ourselves up to be the number one country.
The land of the free.
Yeah, the land of the free. You come here for better life, better quality, and all that. I mean, and it's, in a sense, it is true for certain countries or certain individuals.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They're coming from poverty. They're coming from places where, I mean, I got a friend that's in Colombia, and he's like, yo, at a certain time, you go past this certain place, the cartel gonna shoot you down. Like, you ain't coming home at this time. They in the mountains with, like, you know what I mean? The cops don't even go around there. They know not to go there.
Yeah.
So, you know, the way he describes it is completely different than how we live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So,
I did a mission trip to Colombia, specifically in Cali. And I remember the pastor that we was with, we went to one of their church areas, like a church location. And he told specifically us, he's like, number one, you got to walk on with your passport, right? And number two, he's like, because they were right at the, like, I guess a border of where the cartel is. He was like, if you cross this street, you're not coming back.
wow.
And I was like, whoa.
Where were you?
In Colombia, in Cali, Colombia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
yeah, it gets real out
serious.
there, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, my man was telling me stories. People getting extorted. All
That's
types
yo,
of
and that's everywhere. My father-in-law used to mess with me all the time. Because of the murder rate in El Salvador and Puerto Rico. Like for a long time, we would be competing for first place.
What?
And he would be like, "Yo, we beat you, right? We beat you. We beat you." Like, bro, like we really. Wow. This is what we battling about. You know what I mean? This is what we competing about.
Go kill one more. We're down one.
Right.
Go kill two more. Actually,
be safe. Yeah, man. Like that's anywhere in Latin America, and that's every hood is the same, man.
How does
the same demons, man? The same demons room.
Yeah.
The different hoods, different levels of activity.
Yeah.
I feel like, but every hood got a hood in it, man. Everybody there's knuckleheads there that are ready to go to extreme measures, got nothing to lose, and they see you as meat. They see a little chain around your neck. They see you with some nice sneakers, and they come from a broken home that don't got nothing. You fool to them.
You fool, right?
Word.
Especially in the social media age now, like these dudes be telling on themselves, man.
Mm-hmm.
Taking pictures in front of specific locations. Stick-up kids are like, oh, I know where that's at. Let me see if they still there. Oh, they still there. Right. The mask is on. The gloves is on.
Everybody's already wearing masks.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Man.
Crazy.
Y'all feel like the poverty is what causes all this, you know what I mean? Like the just being poor, like you poor is like I got nothing, I need to steal to make it happen. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like that psalm, what is it? When a poor man steals for bread. I think there's a psalm that's like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like basically don't hold them accountable for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it starts at the heart, right? The Bible says our hearts are desperately wicked above all things. Right. So we're already dealing with our corrupt nature as humans. We're already dealing with our simple selves. And so I feel like poverty is just one vehicle the devil uses to trigger off some dudes. Like, some people deal with lust. Some people deal with anger. Other people deal with, I'm always robbing people. Like, that's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? And when they don't got it, listen, man, I've been in that situation where, I've dabbled with pulling jokes for 10 racks because I ain't have it. You know what I'm saying? So, it's the corrupt nature that we're already dealing with. And then the poverty aspect, like, I need money. I need something. And, everybody looking like they got it for me right now. So I'm going to go get it. That's how I do things.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Switch.
Like, you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good stuff.
Switch, you want the extra save version?
Yeah, give me the extra save version.
Give it the verse.
It says people do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his appetite when he is hungry. Proverbs 6:30.
You need to run that back one more time. Run that back.
People do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his appetite when he is hungry. The King James says, men do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his soul when he is hungry.
So that's more about being hungry.
Green light?
Yo, if you want some Jordans, I'm
give us the green light to go get it.
Yeah. So I could go back to credit card scams. Is that what you're saying, Switch?
Word, right?
Well, the word says hungry. It does not add to it. It doesn't say to get fresh.
Facts. You still a loaf of bread,
We can see that. Like, this dude was hungry.
Somebody for all their jewelry and all their money.
That's just coveting. That's just coveting right there.
Word up.
Right.
Word up.
I need that.
But that's good stuff.
I need them beef and broccoli Tims. You know what I mean?
I need all of that. It gets real out here, man.
Nah. That's not Christian.
What's getting real, man? What's up with my man YP, man? What's up with these MAGA rappers, man? What's going on, man?
Man, it's on site. No, let me stop. Now, but real talk, man, them dudes, we beefing right now, man. I'm beefing with the MAGAs, man.
So hold on.
Yo, but they ain't even mad at you though, right? They mad at Rapzilla.
Yeah, break down the story because
they started coming for me too.
No, but
all right. So what happened? What happened?
Was it originally that Rapzilla posted it and then they added you, or they added you first?
Rapzilla posted my video on their YouTube channel, and what happened was they started coming in, flooding the whole joint.
This is your video for Evil Praise, right?
Evil Praise, yeah. The Evil Praise one with my man, written by C4. Shout out to my man Knuckle Up who produced the joint. I'm giving all the plugs now. Shout out to my man Bugs.
Do it.
Mix it back to the joint.
It's your time to shine. Go ahead.
No, but yeah, man. We put out the record. I sent it to Rapzilla as I always do. Like, yo, if y'all rocking with it, throw it up, and they did. And at first it was getting a lot of love, and then boom, one came in. Then when that one saw it, he told the other one, and then they just started flooding the whole joint. So me and my man are in there going to war with these dudes with our Twitter fingers. And so, responding back, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, y'all bugging. Like, are you listening to what we're saying or whatever? And then Justin, shout out to my man Justin over at Rapzilla. He hit me up. He was like, YP, we rock with you, but, we got to take this down, man. They flooding the whole joint. They starting to, unlike other videos, and they're starting to comment under other people's videos to just be malicious. And
so the MAGAs are doing cancel culture.
They doing cancel culture, man. They started flooding Rapzilla, the biggest Christian hip hop platform in the game, man. And I told Justin, first thing I said was like, damn, yo, they won. I was a little mad at first, but then I was like, yo, you know what? They looking me out while that's their platform, it's their organization, it's their company. So I understood it from that perspective, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I just didn't like it because I know that they feel like, oh, we could do this all the time and get our way, you know what I'm saying? So what happened was I started doing my homework because I don't like online beef, man. I come from where I'm from. My wife was asking me the other day, baby, were you ever on AOL? I was like, nah, I never was on AOL. I was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't on AOL. I mean, I had MySpace, and even on MySpace, I was mad ratchet. But what I'm trying to say is I don't do online stuff. I don't like going back and forth online. Right. So I did my homework to see if this dude
living your best life.
Yeah, I was doing my homework, seeing if this dude, was somebody that was maybe around the way. Not to get physical with him, but I definitely want to have this conversation in person because he
wanted that smoke. Come on, you wanted that smoke.
No. I mean, look, I love Jesus.
Yo, this dude's still a bully. This dude's still a bully. I'm gonna see you.
No, listen. I promise y'all, yo. I just want to see if these dudes don't come with that same. What happened? I missed that.
He said he gonna lay hands on them in the name of Jesus.
Listen, man,
whatever you put your hands to do it with all your might.
Yo,
Ecclesiastes.
I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I was mad, so I did my homework on Homeboy. I found out who he was, so I go on his page, and I was hoping that they were like maybe not too far, maybe a pair, because they was being so disrespectful that I was willing to like, let's talk about this.
Say something.
Yeah. So I did my homework. I found this dude's IG.
Right.
And he got me on his IG page. And all his followers are going in on me. You see, this is the thing. That. I'm not expecting everybody.
Hey, but the views though.
One of my homeboys went in there like, oh, you promote my man, good looking out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we was having fun with it. We was definitely having fun with it. But the disrespect, like the words they were using, and what was bothering me, I was like, yo, you calling yourselves a conservative Christian, right? In your bio, you mad bold with it, and then in the same breath, you're using disrespectful terms that if we were in the physical, it might go left because the Bible teaches us to practice love and patience and grace and all of that. But I'm a human being. It may not start off like that. We might have to scuffle for a little bit, and then. I'm starting to listen to the Spirit of the Lord, like, where's the grace at? Where's the forgiveness? It could go left, and it's like. I'm big on like respect, man. Like, let's talk to each other with respect. Right. And if you're gonna come at me raw and disrespectful, then you whatever comes back at you, that's what you asked for at that point.
So that was kind of my issue too, because I think their gripe was they wanted to get on Rapzilla, but Rapzilla turned them down because they're like they don't consider them Christian rappers, right? And we don't. We talked about this before. We consider them more like MAGA rappers. We don't really consider them.
I didn't even know there was a whole genre of it. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then Bryson. I mean, you probably know about because Tyson was the dude adding you. But Bryson
was in my DMs.
Yeah, Bryson is the other dude that was going at Lecrae. He was going hard at Lecrae. Before
he was saying he wasn't a Christian.
Got into that. Yeah, he called Lecrae a fake Christian on the song.
Christian.
That's what made him. That's what made CHH pay attention to them, because we ain't know.
He did a whole diss song, right? He did a whole diss song about Lecrae.
Yeah, I peeped that. They came at Ruslan too.
Ruslan,
I peeped that. I don't know if they got the same energy from those guys, but I was like, listen, man, you know, at the end of the day, y'all just mad disrespectful. I don't even care. You don't gotta respect. I mean, you don't gotta agree with what I said in the record. And that's another thing too. It's like, if you listen to my verse, I didn't say Trump's name verbatim.
I noticed that. And so when I heard it, the first thing I thought of was like, yo, like, there's mad presidents who were part of the KKK. There's mad presidents who own slaves. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I didn't think about Trump. I didn't think about Trump at all. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't understand what the whole big deal was. You know what I mean? Like, why you mad?
So look, let me keep it a stack, right? Let me keep it a stack. Let's just keep it 100 grand right here. As I'm writing that verse, the Trump's face came in my mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, because here's the so here's the deal. When I wrote that verse, me as an artist, I know Switch, I know you get busy. I don't know if anybody else here rap, but as an artist, you know, you get inspired by the climate of what's going on. You hear the voice of the people, and obviously the Holy Spirit inspires us. But when I'm writing that verse, I'm just kind of like hearing the voice of the people, because you gotta understand, I got friends that got deported. You know what I mean? Homeboys of mine that I came up with that they got pulled over, maybe drinking a beer, and boom, they were out of here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stripped away from their families and all of that stuff. But at the same time, I wasn't targeting Trump. I was speaking about white supremacists as our presidents from a historical context until now. With Trump, the reason why I had to start voicing my opinions about him specifically is because these MAGA rappers had my back against the wall pretty much. Like, so I'm like, all right, yo, since y'all clapping at me so much, I'm gonna let y'all know what I don't like about your man. There's things I don't like about Biden either. Like, we all flawed. We all have our issues. But if you're gonna take it there with me, this is what I don't like about him. And now, granted, I put up a video talking about the actual verse. I did a lyric breakdown.
Yeah, you did a response, right? Yeah.
Even in that video, there's maybe a couple, like 2 or 3 things that I would fix and clarify better. Like I just said, speaking about racism from a historical context, just maybe mentioning that more in that video breakdown. And then like the whole thing with Puerto Rico with Trump, you know what I'm saying? Like, the narrative of Trump is a little bumped up. Like, we could keep it a stack about that. You know, they do throw extra sauce on it, but his mouth don't help him either. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then his followers don't help him either, because it's a fact that he has Ku Klux Klan members who rock with him heavy. You know what I'm saying? It's a fact. There's, you know, they out there. They make themselves known. So what I've learned from this situation is that there's people that feel like racism don't even exist. And it's like, yo, you see, that's where we have our gripe. That's where I disagree with you. Like, whatever. You don't think Trump is a white supremacist? I don't know him personally. For me to go and say that, has he said things that were suspect? Absolutely. Do I respect how he conducts himself as a leader? No, I don't. And that's been my thing with him since the gate. It's like, yo, I just don't like how he leads. That's it. I don't like his demeanor. I don't like his tone. I don't like how he be coming at people.
And you just said one line about the presidents.
I said white supremacists are presidents.
Right. That was it. Because you were talking about police brutality. Right. You were talking about your experience with police brutality.
My personal experience.
Right.
It's like, yo, how y'all gonna get mad? And then, yo, one of them was like, well, you know what? If you do the crime, you do the time. Yo, I'm like, yo, what you not getting is I'm with that. Like, yeah, if you do the crime, you do the time. But if you're not doing no crime, and listen, at the end of the day, even with that situation, right? I'm trying to explain to these dudes, because at first I'm going back and forth, but I try to reason with them. Like, yo, y'all human in there, or y'all really this brainwashed? Like, are y'all really this like delusional? Like, my man, I'm talking about an experience I had when I was 17 years old. I got beat up by grown men with badges. Like, I'm not pump faking. That's a real situation that happened. When they asked us to move from my block, the officer came out, didn't even say a word. He came at me and he literally grabbed me by my neck and then started talking. I was a wild little young kid. You know what I'm saying? First thing I started doing was fighting back. I didn't care about him being a cop at that point. And then, yo, these grown men came from behind me. One just snuck me, bam, like I was a grown man. and started washing me all over the place. So look, it's just the reality that I had to deal with. And what's bugged out is that the times that we're in right now really shed light on that situation. Because my whole life, I always thought that police officer left me off the hook because, if you hit a cop, you're doing time. I thought they were going to send me right to the youth house. But he let me go. The cop let me go. And the whole time I thought in my brain, that cop really held me down. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have locked me up. But then as a grown man, you look back at it and you start reading up on police brutality and really understanding what that is. He was really saving his own behind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Him and his boys got in a huddle and like, yo, listen, my man only 17. You see his face?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't care what he did. If we could get in trouble for this, so we got to let him go home. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it just wasn't right. And that's what I'm exposing. That situation wasn't even racism because it was a Spanish cop that I got busy with. Were there white cops there? Yeah. But I wasn't saying that was a racist situation. I said that was a police brutality situation.
Right.
I can't stand police officers that abuse their authority, that when they talk to us like we little kids, like, yo, my man, the only reason why you talking to me like that is because you have a badge on your chest. Take that badge off your chest. And I always do that with police officers. I always do that, especially out here in the Bronx.
You hiding behind that badge. You hiding behind that badge.
I had to tell my police officer, like, yo, my man, you can take your badge off and we can go around the corner if that's what you want to do. Like, you're not going to talk to me like that. I'm a grown man with kids. Like, I don't even talk to my kids like that, bro. So that's my thing with cops, is that a lot of them have a power trip and they talk real reckless and crazy because they have a badge on their chest, man. So that's pretty much my heart behind that verse in a nutshell was, I'm talking about racism from a historical context. Like, damn, most of our presidents are white. Like, something not adding up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we see historically what went on there. And then even the president we have now is suspect. And then, I went through this with police brutality. Like, I understand the cry of the people is what I'm trying to say now.
Yeah.
Me experiencing it and then me seeing certain things. You know what I'm saying? But
I just felt like it was wrong for them to come at you and like post your video when
make you the target.
Their issue was with Rapzilla. Like, was Rapzilla. Rapzilla didn't want to accept their submission. So what that got to do with you? You just doing what you do. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I got throwing that energy towards his, you know what I mean? YP's way.
Right.
So I wasn't feeling that. I was like, that's whack. That you know what I mean? You got an issue with the site, then address the site. Don't address the visual. I think it could have been anybody, but then they started trashing. They trashed all the networks, the crew. This is what CHH is about. Y'all a bunch of SJW, social justice warriors. And
that's another thing they kept telling me, man. You're an SJW. I'm like, at first I'm like, SJW. Then I put it together later on. And my whole thing is like, and best believe, like, Lord, forgive me if I'm being carnal, but when I see these dudes, I will approach them, and I'm not gonna approach them on some like ratchet and like that, but I will address it like, yo, what's up? I was talking real greasy online, man. Let's talk about it now. We in person. But I doubt we ever gonna look. That's the thing. I doubt that we ever gonna bump into each other. But you never know. Maybe we both have.
They're not coming to the Bronx.
Yeah. They're not coming to the Bronx. But let's say that we have a show.
No fly zone.
We have this conversation, bro. What was all this you were saying again?
Nah, but that's good because I think that look, there's an issue there. Obviously, you know what I mean. So it is good to approach the issue first. It's not like, what up, brother? Nah, what was that about? Let's clarify the situation. And then we could piece it up and, you know what I mean?
Yeah, word up. And it'll be a learning, it'll be a teaching moment. I'll be like, yo, listen, you can't look. I'm here in front of your face now. Like, I hope, if God ever did that, would be so dope. Because it'll be like a teaching lesson. Like, look, you never know what'll happen. Look, all that slick talk online, now I'm here in front of you. And now you're not talking like that. So why we even do that? Like, my whole thing is with them, if you don't gotta really respect what people agree with people say, but to go and start trashing them and have your people trash them and call us stupid and all of this stuff, it's just uncalled for, man. Then they started getting on my man, like, I ain't like how they was coming, man. It was getting real disrespectful, man. Real disrespectful.
Bullies.
Yeah,
internet bullies. That's right.
Bullies. Facts.
Keyboard thugs.
right. Yeah, man.
That's wild, man.
I thought I was gonna hear a diss record from YP.
Yo, listen, man.
He wrote it.
He got it.
Some bars, and then I spoke to my man. He was like,
Nah.
Leave
that ain't
alone.
it.
I'm
Leave
like,
it
all right.
alone. Yeah.
Just the MC in me was like, man, what? They was even trying to come at my music, saying like, oh, bro, I would out rap you, bro. Both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, that's funny, man.
Yosemite Sam hat.
Right.
Yo,
that's wild, man. Yo, the crazy thing is like they don't. Yo, like, how they know you're not Pentecostal? You know, Pentecostals talk about backsliding. You know what I'm saying? I can punch you in your face right now, bro. Like,
yo, yeah, man, it's crazy how these dudes move, man. But you know, we gotta pray for them. That's and that's not even a cliche thing, man.
Absolutely, man, absolutely,
down, man.
Absolutely. I think the problem is like the idolatry. You know what I mean? Because it's like they're not even seeing like it was a situation with Rapzilla. You know what I mean? Rapzilla was like, nah, we're not playing your stuff. You know what I mean? You had no control over that. What that got to do with you?
They mad at me for that. It's like, yo, and I want to, they do numbers, yo, not for nothing. Let's keep it a stack. They do numbers.
Oh yeah, they do.
I'm looking at God,
what's his
like,
name?
bro, what's going on
Bryson.
here? Like,
Bryson was performing right at the Capitol.
Yeah.
That's
Well, was he? I didn't know that.
Mad people.
He was there. He was there.
Hat.
On stage.
He was in my DMs almost every day for 4 days, man. I'm like, yo, you in love with me, bro. Yo,
did it end with a block? Like, did it end, got a block?
I ain't block him. I ain't block him. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, at this point, it's just like, but whatever, man. You know what I'm saying?
We just gotta laugh. You gotta
all you could do, I started laughing at it at that point. And it's funny because I wanted to go in, but I also got my homeboys that are not saved, I shouldn't say not saved, but they're still struggling with their faith. And then I got other friends just watching.
Still Pentecostal.
And they're coming up to me like, yo, what was all that about? Like, what is this whole man? I'm like, bro, it's just weird, man. It's just weirdos, man, coming for me, bro.
I know with the music thing, that must have got you more annoyed, right? Because I seen some things that you've made comments like online. I think it was something like, oh, what's up? Y'all not showing love to Jersey? I think it was like some ciphers, and you were like, I'm like, yo, YP be direct with it. Like, he's not even.
Yeah, I seen they were doing a couple of ciphers, left Jersey out of it, so I mentioned it. I saw them. They had put a post about any black artists that need to be heard, and it wasn't even for Black History Month or nothing like that. It was a white playlist curator, and he was trying to appeal to the black community. And I was like, yo, y'all gotta stop. Like, I love my black brothers and sisters. I fight on the front line with them because we are together, black and brown. But it's like, yo, don't forget about the Latin English rappers too. Not all of us just do reggaeton. Like, we rap too, man. Like, hip hop started with Puerto Ricans and black in the Bronx. Do your homework. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I noticed that in hip hop, with the Spanish English rappers, they try to kind of shut us down, or they don't really like show us love.
They ain't mentioned
that. We talked about that.
Yeah, man, it's whack, bro. I see it. It's clear as day. Look, who do we got? Big Pun, who's a legend, one of the best, and then we got Fat Joe. Who else really? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's a lot of talented Spanish MCs, and it's like, yo, and I see it in Christian hip hop too. Brothers showing, I see their little top tens, I see their little, and it's like, all right, man, y'all hating on the black, on the Spanish English rappers, man. I can see it. Y'all not taking it serious or something. I don't know what's going on, but it's clear as day. You know what I mean? But I try to not let those things take me out of character, because the mission is bigger than that. But I do see it. You know what I mean? I do see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I bugging?
Nah. But we talked about it with Datin. Yeah. We had a conversation with him, and we talked about that. Even like I think a lot of these curators and outlets and even record labels reach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They did a whole record in Spanish. Like, as many, Latino rappers that are out there that, you know what I'm saying, that ain't on the Spanish tip. Like, y'all could have done a playlist, y'all could have done a record with a bunch of Spanish artists, but they chose to do the Caribbean reggaeton trap, type of thing. Like, that's safe. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Like, that's like, I feel like that's the only, like, they're comfortable with putting us in that position. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could be the B-boys, you could be the DJs.
We're the middle. We're in the middle. We're like the middle guys. Always. And my whole thing is like to my black brothers and sisters, like, yo, you know, we kick up for y'all whenever we see stuff that's unjust. We in there with y'all because we feel your pain. We here. We love y'all. We need you guys to speak up for us too. We need you to see that we not getting the love that we supposed to get, whether it's in music or whether it's just in humanity, period. We need y'all to speak up for us too. Let's speak up for each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's not happening enough. Like when they talk about Spanish, oh yeah, and them too. Like, nah, man, we're gonna cut that out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna cut that out.
So let the people know what you just dropped. I saw last year you dropped 3 projects, right?
Last year?
Yeah.
Last year I dropped 3 projects. Yeah, I dropped Ceremony for the Streets. I dropped Give Me a Minute Volume 2, and I dropped Beautiful Chaos.
Beautiful Chaos.
Yeah.
Oh man. So Beautiful Chaos is the most recent one, right?
Yes, sir.
So what's the response been like? What was the direction of the album? You know, tell us more about what
So Beautiful Chaos, I played with sounds that I usually don't rock with, which is why I called it Beautiful Chaos, because I feel like this is my most diverse project. I heard Royce the 5'9" in an interview with Rob Markman over at Genius, and he was talking about how his latest work was something like that, where it was like splatters of paint all over the wall, just different colors everywhere. And that resonated with me. And I'm like, man, you know what? I'm going to call my album Beautiful Chaos, because I feel like that's what I have here. Like, I'll start the album off with some real boom bap East Coast joint, then I end it with like a soft commercial worship record. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
in a nutshell, that's what I feel like Beautiful Chaos is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Real diverse project.
And you got a couple features on there. You got we got some GOM in there. I see like you and GOM really click a lot.
Yeah, man. Shout out
a lot of GOM features, right?
Yeah.
You got Jared, Datin.
Yeah, Jared, Datin, Selah. I got a couple joints with Selah, a couple joints with Datin. Me and Datin go way back before he was signed to God Over Money. You know what I'm saying? I was actually doing Christian hip hop before Datin was, before a lot of these dudes were. Wow. You know, I remember when Datin hit me up, I had put out a Blood of My Rhymes mixtape. This was like 2009, I want to say. And Datin hit me up like, yo, man, I like your sound and whatnot. And we just started clicking from there. We would just kick it all the time. And what happened was I had backslid. And when I backslid, Datin over here getting signed to Bizzle and all that. And I'm like, wow, yo, look at God, man. And I remember we would have those conversations. He was like, yeah, I want to potentially get signed, man. You know, I want to take this thing to the next level. So when all that happened, I was real proud of him. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope, man.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Really there was another artist. Let me look him up. That I heard, and he's nice. It's like he part of your camp.
Jonathan. Yeah, we used to call him Merk.
Merk. Okay. Yeah.
He used to go by the name of Merk Montes, but man, his testimony is powerful, man. He actually used to run around with like Daddy Yankee and and no, he wasn't a reggaeton artist. He used to just help out with melodies and verses, because Yankee would want to, write in English sometimes. So my man Merk actually would go out there and write for him, yo. And in that process, God was using me to pour into him and kind of disciple him, man, just really break down scripture with him. I actually had the honor to baptize him, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And now he's full blown Christ out. He had to have a conversation with Yankee and said, look, as much as I respect you as an artist, you're an A-list celebrity. Like, who wouldn't want this situation? But, I just don't feel right in my spirit, co-signing this type of music anymore. And Yankee, from what he told me, he was very receptive, very understanding. Yankee's brother supposedly is a pastor too, but he was he was saying how he don't like how his brother be coming at him sometimes. But I forget it's going on YouTube, yo. I'm saying way too much.
Yo, wow, we talking about rappers.
But anyway, the brother Jonathan John Joe Josiah killed the name Merk Montes. And now he goes by Jonathan John Joe. Yeah, man, we rock with each other heavy. We from the same area. So
yeah, I like that connection. Like I could hear like there was a vibe there where it's like, all right, these dudes, you could tell that it's more than just a feature. Like there's a real connection there. You know what I mean? The way y'all
each
other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that's my dog. Man, we actually have a whole album together called Love Over Hate.
Now that dropped already.
That dropped already. We put that out in 2018. He was still.
I saw the t-shirts.
Yeah, he was still going by the name of Merk Montes.
Merk Montes. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Man.
And he switched up the name recently. He went on this whole Merk is dead campaign. So people thought he really died. So everybody's hitting me up like, yo, what happened to Merk? I'm like, listen, man.
Oh, I seen that.
This is spiritual, man.
I seen that on your IG.
Yeah. Yo, everybody hit me up.
My man Merk.
Sorry.
Right.
Yo,
Wow.
it's crazy. Yo, we used to do this thing called Saturday Bar Tunes, and we would just rap every Saturday. We would take turns, and there were people who were like fans of that. And this one person hit them up saying that they were crying, and that a couple out in Houston, that they woke up and she was like, that he told his wife, one of the Saturday Bar Tune guys died, and they started tearing up and everything. So when Merk jumped on his page, they were like, "Don't do that. We thought you died." He was like, "Nah, I was doing a Merk is dead campaign. Like the name is dead." You know what I'm saying? Not me. You know what I mean? But
whoops.
I don't know if that's good marketed or I mean,
yo, everybody was talking about it.
Everybody was talking about it.
Yo,
as long as they talk about it,
right? Nah, that's dope. So you got
me.
You guys will probably drop something else then, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah, man. For sure.
I was impressed.
Did something right now recently.
Because I'm like, yo, my man got 3 albums out last year. Like, he was going in.
3.
I put out 3 albums and a bunch of singles and videos.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, I put out the Pick a Side joint with D. I put out the Intercession joint with Jared.
Right.
And then
Mama
I got
Pray.
the Therapy joint. Mama Pray, where that's on the Ceremony for the Streets. That's a project I did with my man Holly Bugs. Really
that one came out earlier in the year too, right?
That came out early 2020, man. Shout out to Holly Bugs, one of the best engineers in New Jersey. He happens to work with a lot of the big artists, but you know, he came and rocked with little old me, man, for this one. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Beautiful Chaos, it seemed to me like that seemed to be like your baby. Like that was just like the one where I feel like you put a lot of effort into the promotion and the like this is the one for me. Is that how you felt? Like is that like your best project that you feel so far from you? Or
me personally, as far as rapping is concerned, I like Give Me a Minute Volume 2 because I'm just straight rapping.
Yeah.
But as far as music is concerned, just as a body of work, I think Beautiful Chaos probably, you know, between that and Ceremony for the Streets for me personally. But what's dope about Beautiful Chaos is that I got out my comfort zone and I collab with different artists like J. Crumb, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the other one, the Street Ceremony was just you, right? It was like
I just me, Give Me a Minute, just me, no features. Just me. So with this one, I got out the box a little bit. I just hate waiting for features. I just hate that process, man. But it is fun at the same time.
Yeah.
I actually have a whole nother album ready to go. February 26th. I haven't even announced that. Boom.
Let's go exclusive.
There we go.
Saints at the Round Table. We're doing it, man. It's a whole collab project with some of the best MCs that I personally have come across, that I have personal relationships with, from Jersey City to Newark to New York to Philly, Boston. You know, got some.
Now, is it just CHH or is just anybody?
80% of them are CHH artists. 2 of them, you know, they wouldn't really consider themselves CHH artists.
Yeah.
But they
what's the name again?
The 2 artists?
No, the
project. The project. Saints at the Round Table.
Nice.
Saints at the Round Table. Nice. Yeah. So every track is a collab, except one. But yeah, man, I had a lot of fun doing that.
What's the release date on there?
February 26th. February 26th, man. A lot. Right. It's gonna be real like East Coast boom bap joints in there. I don't know if, you know, that's what it's gonna be, man.
Yeah, because the Beautiful Chaos, you played with the flows and the beats, right? You got out your comfort zone of just you switching it up with the flows. You had
more singing in the hooks from singers. Yeah.
You had some auto tune in there. I'm like, okay.
Word up. Yeah, man. I try to stretch myself a little bit.
That's what's up, man.
But I don't feel like that's my best work. I feel like where I'm going now, I'm developing and I'm just taking things to another level. I feel way more comfortable. I know who I'm reaching. I know who my demographic is. I know, I know who rock with me, and I cater to them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yo, YP, how did you come to the faith?
How do I make a long story short? How did I come to the faith? You know what? Just a lot. The way I could put it is a lot of people would randomly come up to me and start preaching to me, and I wasn't objective.
Right.
I was very receptive because of the dark place I was in my life. I know that's cliche. Everybody says that before they came to Christ, but I was a little knucklehead. And I was just tired of living life the way I was living. I felt like there had to be more. I felt like I was in a really bad place. Like I felt like death was knocking on my door, and I was like, yo, I don't make a change. Like I couldn't even go out with my lady and feel comfortable walking around with my girlfriend at the time because I had so many problems in different neighborhoods and stuff like that. And, it was just crazy, man. How God used people to minister to my heart and plant those seeds. That's why evangelism is key, man, because evangelism was crucial in my walk. You know what I mean? Like bold servants of the faith, man, came up to me and was like, listen, man, God is calling you, stop running. And man, little by little, I remember one of my homeboys who I knew from the neighborhood, he just looked totally different. He just looked brand new. He looked alive. And I was like, yo, what did it for you? And he was like, yo, I accepted Christ in my life. And I was like, word. And yeah, man, I remember walking into a church. It was crazy. That day that I was supposed to go with him to the church, and it was a Pentecostal church. Let me tell y'all something. Hold on, real quick.
Just talk about
I believe that dudes that come from a wild background, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
They need Pentecostal church.
They get a good wash up.
They need to go through that process.
They need to wear the suit.
They need to go through that process of like
suit, shave,
fuego. Yo, everything. Everything's the devil. Everything's the demon. Rebuke him at
and
all
then nombre de Jesús.
And then nombre de Jesús. Reprendo el diablo. All of that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happened to me. It was the Pentecostal church. The brother was like, yo, my first day I was the mother of my kids at the time was the one who was always preaching to me too. I got to thank God for her. I still got a lot of love for her. We have a great co-parenting relationship. She played a crucial role in me, accepting Jesus. But because she brought me to the place, and that's where I seen my man Chovish. Shout out to my man Chovish. He's the one that was like, yo, I gave my life to Jesus. And you know how the Pentecostals are, man. End of service, they came for me to go to the altar. You know what I'm saying? Almost damn near dragged me to the altar.
And like, I know somebody in here, right? Struggling right now.
The hands on you too?
Right? The Lord is talking to somebody here and they're looking right at you. Like,
somebody with a Lakers hat.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, and then they'll start prophesying.
Those joys be on
get up there at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I remember I went, I accepted Jesus, but it wasn't like something definitely happened.
Right.
But I wasn't like fully in. I remember that night I went back to my crib. I was with my boys. We smoking blunts, and I'm just like, yo. I started talking about God, like, yo, I accepted Jesus and all that. We happy for you. They didn't know what was about to go down though. They're that's what's up. Yo, you need that because I was mad. Wow, you need that. That's what's up. Heck, I'm like, nah,
that's good for you.
Yeah.
Smoking another one.
What's bugged out is that the day I was supposed to go to the Bible studies, you know how we get those one hot days in the winter, like it'd be mad cold, but we get those one day in the winter that's like 60 degrees. We get mad too on the East Coast. We start walking around with just our hoodies on. We leave the North Faces home and we take the Scullies off. It's a beautiful day out. Now everybody's out. So the day I was supposed
everybody's in City Island.
Everybody's kicking it now. Everybody want to do something. And I'm like, Dad, yo, I made a commitment that I was gonna go to this Bible study, start my relationship with God. But yo, the weather nice, and yo, I'm younger. I'm 20 years old, 19, 20 years old. So I'm like,
wow.
who want to go to church? I want to ride around with my dudes, pick up some biddies, get lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go to church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I remember my man Choe was like, yo, what's up? Where you at? I was dipping his calls at first, and I'm riding around in the hoop with my dudes. My man Mape is in the front and the back. And I'm like, they're like, yo, are you gonna go? And I'm like, yo, I don't know, man. And the devil, man. Not that they were the devil, but the devil, influences us. So they was like, yo, we really go. We about to go to New York. We about to go kick it with these biddies. We got the bud on deck. We got the bottles, bro. Like, yo, making it glamorous. I'm like, damn, and it's beautiful outside. And my man Silver kept calling me. I felt bad that I kept dead in his call. So I pick up. I'm like, yo, I try to, give him a fugazi, like, excuse. Like, yo, my man, like, yo, what about if I go Sundays, Wednesday? Who go to church on Wednesday? He's like, nah, yo, come. Where you at? Let me meet up with you real quick. And I felt bad. And, of course, it's the Holy Spirit working. I felt convicted of doing this to him, yo, because I got love for my man. And I know he's being passionate and he's genuine. So I'm like, I told my homeboys, I'm like, yo, let's meet up with him for a little. They're like, oh, my God. I'm like, yo, let's just meet up with for like 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yo, let's just talk to him. And boom, yo, a bold soldier of the Lord, man, just started preaching to us, man. Like, yo, talking about hell, Pentecostal snap. You know what I'm saying? So, I felt convicted and it's crazy. Like, my boys were getting in the car and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna stay. Like, and they looked at me like, what? Like, you gonna stay? I'm like, yeah, yo, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just go. If I don't do this now, I'm never gonna do it. I'm gonna just go.
Right.
Wow.
Yo, what's bugged out is on our way to the church, they playing Lecrae and Christian hip hop and all that. And I'm in the back, like, yo, what am I doing here, son? This is so goofy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, just mad. And of course, it's the demons just in my head. And I'm like, yo, I can't believe that I just dipped on my homeboys and go to chill with somebody to go to church. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like going crazy. I'm going crazy at this point. And I'm with an attitude in the church, bro. I go when I'm mad at people.
You never was like your family, like they didn't bring you around church, like you wasn't church culture.
My family was Catholic. Whenever my vision of church was like Catholic priests and all that. Oh, okay. So that's why when they were preaching to me, I'm like, yo, I can't see myself being like a priest. They were like, no. You see, you got it twisted. That's not how this goes. You know what I'm saying? I always look at it like gangs. Like, I'm a Catholic, you're Christians, but I bang, that's what you bang. And that's what we're doing. Yeah. But, so make a long. I know I'm babbling. My bad, fellas.
It's good. It's
nah, you're good. So you said you were mad at church, right?
I was mad. I was mad that I was there. I was like, yo, what an idiot I am. But really, I was making the best decision of my life. So I'm in there, and they could feel my energy. But they were seasoned Christians, so they already know. And they were Pentecostal at that, so you already know they were like El Demonios. This is the demons that got them. They
were praying in. They were praying in tongues already.
Oh yeah, they was going in. They already had me broken down. So I'm sitting in the Bible study like this, mad, yo. And I see all these little church kids, and I'm there like, I can't believe I'm here, yo. So then they start playing Paul Washer preaching. Paul Washer.
Oh, no.
Hey, Pentecostals playing Paul Washer?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Paul Washer reformed, but Paul Washer, when he preaches, he be having some Pentecostal in him, yo. With the way he be coming.
That Holy Ghost
especially
fire.
in Spanish, man. Especially in Spanish.
So they play Paul Washer. And one thing he said that stuck out to me, he said, 90% of American Christianity is watered down. Mm-hmm. If I knock on everybody's door and I ask them if they love Jesus, they all gonna probably say yeah, but their life shows no fruit of it. So that grabbed my attention because I'm like, I claim to have a relationship with God and my life shows no fruit of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my life doesn't show it. That's me just sitting there. Like, the Holy Spirit is using this man to grab my heart. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, yo, I ain't go front. Like, damn, I'm one of those people that if I die, I'll go to hell. Like, that started to hit home, because then Paul Washer was like, hell is real and all of this stuff. And, I had read a book 2 weeks before that or 3 weeks before that, because at this point I was like interested. It was the 23 Minutes in Hell by Bill Weiss. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
23 Minutes in Hell?
Yeah.
Okay, so I read that book. And just to rewind a little bit, because it's a little funny, I was living with my man at the time. He's in the room smoking a blunt. I kicked the door open. I'm like, yo, we going to hell. He's looking at me like, he's like, yo, what are you doing? You idiot, close the door. And I'm like, yo, this book is crazy. Like, I was reading the book and I almost vomited. That's how much it was hitting me. Cause I'm like, yo, this is real. So fast forward, when he starts talking about that, it reminded me of the book that I had read. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. So, I told the Lord, I'm like, Lord, listen, I'm addicted to these things that you call worldly, all these things. I just don't see myself having the strength to pull away from these things. But if you're real the way they say you are, set me free from these things. That was my prayer to him, because I was mad that I was there. So I was like, yo, let's just keep it real, Lord. I don't like being here. This is not my thing. But if you're real the way they say you are, I need you to make me want to come here. I need you to, I don't know how that works, but I need that. And that following Sunday, I wanted to go to church. And then I just started, me and my man Chove, who actually gave me the Young Paul name. We just started chopping it up and building, and it just became so interesting to me. I started falling in love with it, man. I fell in love with Jesus. I fell in love with the truth. And then just the veil was taken away, ripped away from my eyes, man. And I started seeing things for what it was. You know what I mean?
Praise God.
And it was so bugged out because I had a reputation around where I'm from and whatnot. And so everybody was talking about, yo, heck going to church now, heck going to church now. What the heck going to church? Da, da, da. Yo, it got so real that when I was going to church, when they was bringing me to church and we were past my old block, my dudes would see me and try to yank me out the car. Like, yo, heck, man, what you doing? Like, yo, you letting these people brainwash you. I'm like, yo, what you doing, bro? Get out the car. Like, you gonna come with me? Like, yo, real talk. Like, they'll get pulled up at a stop. Like, this really happened. Like, my man Chova was taking me to church. We stop on my old block, and I see all my homeboys. I'm looking through the glass window, and my man Mac, God rest his soul, man. He's not here with us no more. He ran up to the whip, and he tried to take me out. He's like, yo, Hack, man, he brainwashed you, bro. We your real family. Like that. Like, verbatim is crazy. That, I'm thinking about it now. He's like, yo, we your real family. And I was like, yo, listen, at this point, I was already more mature. And I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I'm seeing clearer now, bro. So that, in a nutshell, that's how it all went down, man. So to this day, man, just been banging for the Lord.
Praise God.
Praise God.
I heard you on the network podcast.
Okay.
You was talking about pulling up on the ops and sharing the gospel with them.
Oh, word. Yeah. Well, that's how I got the name Young Paul, because in my neighborhood, I was always known for fighting.
Right.
Like, just young and reckless, always fighting. Like, I was big on repping my block. Our block was like known out there. So, I wanted us to be the toughest, the baddest, the wildest. And so, I did what I had to do on my end. I played my role, and, I made my presence felt. And so I was already known for that. And when I got saved, everybody started talking about it. Like, oh, he's saved now. Like, yo, he talk about love. He talk about Jesus. He talks about peace. He talks about the Holy Spirit. So people are, talking about it. So I would bump into these dudes that I used to have issues with. And, they would think that I'm coming at, in their mind, the last time they saw me, we had a physical altercation. But now you're approaching me now. I'm a little hesitant because I don't know how you coming. And then I'll open my mouth and I'm like, yo, listen, man, I come in the name of Jesus, man. I'm coming at you with love. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
and then they'll just be like, and they'll listen because they'll know, like, yo, I know who you were. And for you to say what you're saying right now, there's got to be real. I've never seen you in this element right here.
Right,
like the way you're talking and the way you're moving is different. So, I had crazy encounters. Dudes that I used to beef with would cry, and I would hug them and let them know, like, yo, man, I love you. Yeah. I love you in Christ. I remember one time I was sharing on the network podcast, seeing this kid that I had beef with. He was with like 20 of his homeboys. Wow. I'm with my man. I'm with my church bro. Who was not like that at all. And
you're like, oh boy,
other bro. You know what I'm saying? And I see them, and boom, I was just like, yo, I'm gonna go up to them, yo. And I was like, yeah. Once I was like, yeah, they turned around. And they saw me, and you could tell they was ready to go. Like, look who's here.
All right.
Look who's here. And they were like, well, hold up. He's not with nobody. He's with one person. So I go up to them. I'm like, yo, I ain't go front. I was a little, like, there was the butterflies. Like, yo, this could go left. This could go left. But I don't care. It is what it is. Like, this is what I'm going to do. So I went up to all of them. And I'm like, yo, listen, man. I just want to let you know Jesus loves you. And they're just stunned. Like, what? what? You know what I'm saying? Like, but they're not gonna clown me. They're not gonna clown me because they know that when I wasn't preaching to you about Jesus, my energy was way different. So they're more shocked. They're like, wow, yo, like I respect that, brother. You know what I mean? We happy for you, man. Keep doing your thing. And yo, there's been so many crazy situations in my neighborhood just off my testimony. I remember having like 50 to 60 dudes from different cliques surrounding me, just listening to my story because they ain't seen me around in so long. Just in the middle of the hood, just 50 to 60 deep, Hennessy bottles on the floor, blunts lit, and they just listening to my testimony. You know, it's a fact. It's a real fact. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Praise God for that.
What's up, man?
Praise God.
Yeah. Word up.
That's dope.
Yeah, man. And just you know, I think I know a couple brothers that you associate yourself with in the faith. And yeah, man, y'all been putting in the work, man. Y'all not like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, y'all doing the rap stuff. I mean, obviously, you know, y'all want to uphold the talent as well, but
yeah,
y'all out here really doing ministry and witnessing, you know what I mean? And
praise God, man. Word up.
Commend y'all for that, man. Keep doing that
Thank
work.
You, brother. Appreciate y'all too, man. Real talk.
Yeah, man. Well, with that being said, man, we're going to end this with the scripture of the day. We got Luke 3. It says, therefore, whatever you have said in dark shall be heard in the light, and whatever you have whispered in private rooms shall be proclaimed on the housetops.
Dope
bars.
Yo, can I say one more thing, or I'm messing up the flow?
Go ahead, man.
I thought y'all was gonna talk to me about this Benny the Butcher thing. What happened with that? Yo, what happened with that? I was looking forward to that.
Let's go.
Jimmy, you want to tell him? You want to tell him? Jimmy?
Let's go.
All right, so this is what happened. I put that in the topics because you had it was YP versus Benny the Butcher. I think there was a tweet, right? You had put that on Trackstarz, right?
Yeah. Trackstarz did.
Yeah, I'm ready to do that. So I didn't know about that whole situation. My man Jimmy tells me, "Oh, we having YP," and I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, I had added him about that situation." Added you, so that's why I was like, "Well, maybe we shouldn't talk about it." But yeah, so
what happened?
He didn't think I had it in me for Benny, man. He was like, Benny the Butcher. I'm like,
yeah. That's exactly how the conversation went. I was like, Griselda, Benny.
You sure Benny the Butcher?
Right. We talk about the same Benny,
but that's how rappers are supposed to feel, right? Like.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a conversation that we had. It was like, if you rapping, you should feel that way. You should feel like you could take anybody. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Like otherwise, you need to quit. You know what I mean? Because it's like boxing. It's like boxing, right? Like if you don't think you could beat everybody, you know what I mean? You can't beat Canelo, Mayweather, whoever. You shouldn't be boxing, right? And so we had this conversation. Yo, and YP tried to press me, man.
He didn't try. He did. He
did. You're right. He did. He was like, he tried to check. He checked my temperature. He was like,
he said, "Send me that Addy."
Hey, he's like, drop that
location. Yo, you know what?
YP, did you know that was Jimmy?
I didn't know. No, Jimmy, man, cool. I didn't know him at the time, though. You know
Yeah.
So Jimmy was keeping it real.
This was our first interaction, though. This was our first.
Yeah, our first interaction. So my whole thing was like, you know, I was like, yeah, what was the problem? Because I think that you had it. The way you came off was that you were like, you against Benny. So I was like, yo, just go hear the battle at least, bro. The battle hasn't even come out yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, go hear it first. Like, can we do that? You know what I mean? But, you know, it was actually real fun. Shout out to DJ Jeremiah over there at the Trackstarz team. He did it.
They did do it.
Yeah, they did it. They did it on YouTube.
Fire.
Yeah. And listen, man, by the grace of God, I won.
Hey, let's go.
I won by like one round or something like that. But, you know, shout out to Benny. He happens to be one of my favorite rappers, you know, just as far as the skill is concerned. Obviously, the content, you know, I don't promote that. But
Right.
You know, the skill level and just the grind as an independent artist. And that's one thing I want to say too. I know y'all want to get off. My bad, fellas.
Nah,
brother.
I'm gonna say this really quick. In Christian hip hop, I feel like that's one thing we lack. We lacking that raw East Coast sound, like that authentic hip hop sound. And I love what Griselda brought to the industry because they opened the door for guys like 38 Special. I don't know if you know what that is, and Free Lord and you know, Conway and Westside Gun and that whole movement. Even Freddie Gibbs got nominated for Album of the Year. Yep. You know what I mean? It resurrected guys like Ransom, you know what I mean? Right. You know, Lloyd Banks, you know what I'm saying? Like that sound, those lyricists and that sound, I feel like in Christian hip hop, we're missing that. Like the main sound Christian hip hop is like the melodies and like, you know what I mean? Like the catchy songs.
That Migos sound. The Migos sound is what's dominating right now. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I'm like, you know, we need to bring that raw East Coast sound to the space too, because we got East Coast brothers that are saved, that love Jesus, and they love hip hop. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they want that type of music still. You know, obviously with a different message, with a different twist, but they still want that gutter boom bap with their hoodies on and their Timbs on. You know what I'm saying? They still want to collect vinyls. They still want graffiti work. You know what I mean? Like we still have that in the space. So, you know, I'm here to deliver it. Guys like me, you know, and other guys that are doing it. You know what I mean? Shouts out to them. And you know, that's why the whole thing
that's true.
That's for you. I was like, I love that Trackstarz did that because it's like, yo, you know, we got that sound over here, man. We could do it.
Yeah, that's true. Because I liked Selah's project.
Yeah, Selah's really project crazy.
Yeah.
And the collabs he did with
Fern.
With Fern.
Yeah,
those were fire too.
Those were tough.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, you know,
that's what I want to hear.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't bring it up because I was like, I ain't know about that situation.
That was funny.
Yeah.
But we was able to build a relationship from that though, because you see, bro, the difference between you and the MAGA rapper, because you came over a little MAGA-ish. Yo, the difference between my bro and them was that, you know,
I knew you was kind of MAGA-ish.
Maybe I ain't coming over a little. You know, and then we just started dialogue, and then we started building. Bro, showed me mad love now.
That's what's up, man.
So I appreciate it.
It wasn't MAGA-ish. I was just like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I listened to Griselda. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I love Griselda. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I was
too.
like, okay,
great.
I was like, okay, this dude is like, if he's saying he could take Benny, like, are you sure? You know what I'm saying? And so he's like, you trying to be funny right now? I think that's what the tweet said. I'm gonna look it up. But I think he said that. He was like, you trying to be funny right now?
Yo, YP, like, I got a new name for you. And I got some homeboys that call me this, but they call me this on a lyrical level. Like they call me the Lord's bully. But I gotta crown you the Lord's bully now.
No.
I'm taking off the crown. Yo, fellas, that's it, man. That's the Lord's bully.
I'm
a humble man. I'm trying to love it. It's people still, even with that situation, all I said was like, shout out to Trackstarz for putting me up against Benny. That was a classic, battle in my opinion. Yeah. And bro was like, what? You were Benny? You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, being Benny. What? You know what
talking about Griselda, Benny?
I hope that maybe my Saints at the Round Table project, we take this to another level, man. Maybe, I think that project right there is gonna turn a lot of heads, man. It's gonna really solidify some things, man. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, brother?
Real talk.
Well, plug your stuff in, man. Let them know where they can find you.
Word up. My IG is at YP Music Live. My Twitter, same thing, at YP Music Live. I also have a link there in my bio where you can get t-shirts, hats, and my latest music, man, latest singles, latest projects, latest videos. You know what I mean? I just put out the freestyle Bloody Tech freestyle produced by my man Grizzly Green Beats. Shout out to everybody who's been showing the love, from Rapzilla to Trackstarz to, everybody getting behind it, man, for real.
February 26th.
February 26th, man, Saints at the Round Table. And February 12th, I'm dropping one more single with the bro Stefanato. I ain't really told so many people that. Stefanato.
Another exclusive. Look at that.
Oh, Francois.
Y'all only hear it here.
That's right.
Let's go. February 12th.
Right. We got all the exclusives.
Energy, man. Shout out to Stefanato and that whole Menace movement, man. Let's get it.
Dope.
And shout out to This Is Not Christian Hip Hop Podcast. No, what is it? This is not.
That's not Christian, brother. Yo, get it right now.
Right.
Podcast.
This man. Nah, I'm just...
My bad, fellas. My bad.
No, God. Listen, we hope
I love
you
what y'all
enjoyed this
doing, though. Love what y'all doing.
It.
Yeah,
Thank you. Appreciate it. We hope you as a viewer, you as a listener.
It's on my shirt, and your man didn't get it right.
He ain't looking at your shirt. You said he ain't even looking at you. You
That's
said,
not Christian Parker.
Yeah. You see, Jimmy, he ain't looking at you, man. He got you blocked, man.
Right.
it just say Jimmy talking on his side.
That's funny, man. Wow.
Yeah, listen, thank you for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment. For all audio only listeners, make sure you leave them Apple Podcast reviews. And we'll see you next week. Make sure you get your merch shopped at that'snotchristian.com. Anything that we talk about in this episode, product, service, anything at all, links will be in the description below, whether it's on audio only or on YouTube. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening and watching. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.